I'm Paula Hersey, your host for What's Happening. Today, we're sitting here with Jackie Barton from the Barnstable Land Trust and Jeff Smith from Liverpool, England, and you're a two-time marathon winner?
I sure am. Two-time
Excellent.
marathon champion.
Fantastic. We're actually talking about the Green Run 5K to help keep Lowell Park green, and there's all sorts of things happening and how this first 5K actually came to be. So Jackie, can you tell us a little bit about how this event came to be and a little bit about Barnstable Land Trust?
Well, I'll start with Barnstable Land Trust. Barnstable Land Trust is 31 years old. We were created in the town of Barnstable to preserve the open spaces and special places of the community in order to protect the natural resources. We hold conservation restrictions and own 1,045 acres in the town of Barnstable. And that's
Say that again?
1,045 acres in the town of Barnstable. Yeah. Yeah, the Green Run came about when a friend of mine, Pat Lentell from Cotuit, who works with Jeff at the Sightings LLC, approached Barnstable Land Trust to see if we were interested in being the beneficiary of these newly created races that they're doing across Cape Cod and southeastern Massachusetts, and of course we said yes. And then the idea struck us that perhaps we should do one to help keep Lowell Park green, which is our major project to preserve the 19 acres around the Kettler's Ballpark in Cotuit.
Tell us a little bit about Sightings LLC.
Well, the Sightings came about 2 years ago. I had an injury in 1990, and my running career sort of ended. I was in the top 5 in the world, and suddenly the doctor told me, you can't run no more. So I didn't want anything to do with running. For the next 10 years I worked at Merrill Lynch, Payne Weber's in the financial industry. Then the next 10 years I taught special education in New Bedford. And about 2 years ago I looked at myself and said, I'm getting close to 60. And it's 10 years, it's time for a change. I want to get back into doing something that I love, which was running. I was about 180, and I was happy at 180, but I needed to get back into running, so I looked around. I talked to a few friends that were putting on events, and nobody seemed to want to employ me. So I said, well, I'll start my own company and put on my own events then. And that's how the Sightings came about. We started 2 years ago with a Santa race in New Bedford.
Okay.
And it's a really good craze. You know, we had over 1,500 people that first year.
Wow.
And I kept it going. The next year I had a Santa run and an Irish run. And then about 6 months ago, I think I was sitting with Pat, and he said, I want to come and help you. And so Pat came on board, and he's more the dynamo than me. I'm very easygoing and methodical, whereas Pat is continually making the business grow.
Right. So you actually put the 5K races on, so the actual organization doesn't have to do all of that event management, the race management, because that can actually be a real tough thing for any organization to do, especially when you're all land instead of event organization. So Sightings does all of that.
Yeah, we've come out. We're working with non-profits to put on events.
Okay.
And I'm working with the Gwendolyn Strong Foundation for an 8K in Westport. We're working with the Coolies Anemia, or for the Coolies Anemia, for a 5K in Wareham. So we've got quite a few really good causes that we're
That's fantastic. That's a great business
Well,
idea.
and I would say that the Barnstable Land Trust never would have attempted this, and we've thought about it many times, but when Pat approached me about it, it was like, this was perfect, because then we could dream about something and actually make it happen.
Sure. The race itself, Sunday, August 3rd, starting at 9:30. The start and finish is at the corner of Main Street and Lowell Avenue, Cotuit. And this is to keep Lowell Park green. Now, you know, I've been to many Kettleer games in my lifetime, being a Marston's Mills resident, obviously. Cotuit's our sister, sister village. Keeping Lowell Park green, it's a park already. What does that mean?
Well, a lot of people don't understand that the green wall of trees that surround Lowell Park is actually privately owned. That the center field, part of right field, the visiting bullpen, the flagpole are all on privately owned land. And so we have an agreement with the landowner to purchase that 19 acres to make sure that that green wall of trees always remains around Lowell Park.
Oh my goodness. Then what a great cause, right?
Exactly.
Because obviously the park itself is beautiful, and it's such a wonderful place for families to come. So the Barnstable Land Trust, again, protecting more space that people of Barnstable, as well as the rest of Cape Cod, can enjoy.
Right. And Lowell Park itself, people don't understand that it also sits in the zone of contribution to the public water supply in Cotuit, and it's just up gradient from Cotuit Bay. So water quality-wise, it's extremely important to the community. It's also part of the green belt that as you enter the village, it's part of that scenic green belt. It's also part of a bigger 800-acre green belt that includes Eagle Pond and stretches up into the town of Mashpee. So there are a lot of environmental reasons. It's not just about baseball that we're protecting it.
But some of the folks with the baseball would say, well, you know, we need to have our lawn chairs out on that backside there. And I know they've done a lot of upgrades this past year as well to the park itself. This race actually looks like a lot of fun. There seems to be lots of different age groups, and can you tell us who can run this?
Pretty much everybody can run it. We have a youth races. You know, kids under 6 can run 100 yards, and then from 7 to 12 we've got a half-mile race.
Okay.
And then we've got the open race, which is a 5K or 3.1 miles.
And we also encourage people who don't like to run to walk it if they'd like.
You're going to have a walk as well. Excellent. Now, I know I have quite a few friends that are runners. This is timed for them?
Yeah, it'll be timed, and it'll be sanctioned by the U.S. Track and Field Association.
Excellent.
So, I mean, it's going to be a good race.
And there's not a more beautiful location in Barnstable than this, because it runs right down along Nantucket Sound, down Ocean View Avenue.
Oh, Ocean View Avenue, beautiful. Yeah, I wish I could run. I may walk it. How's that? I may walk it.
The nice thing about 5K is you can walk 5K in just on an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, you know, it's not beyond most people.
Right, and the course itself, I know the area, so it's not any crazy hills or hard terrain or anything like that as well.
Right.
So.
And there are 8 different age groups that can run in this, and prizes for all age groups.
That's great. How do they sign up for this? Can they go to the BLT website, or is it the sightings?
They go to the sightings
Go to the
website.
sightings website.
Okay.
And that's www.thesightings.com.
Thesightings.com. Okay, excellent. And how about, is there, you know, sponsorships? Can companies or organizations get involved with this as well?
If companies want to get involved with us, they can give us a call, and we have special sponsorship packets where we give them numbers for their employees.
Yeah. And so basically for $300, they can have 5 people running in the race. And
what a great team building experience.
Exactly. Exactly. And the sightings will have a team, and the Barnstable Land Trust will have a team, and we have several sponsors already.
That is great. August 3rd, starting at 9:30 a.m. A little bit more about the Barnstable Land Trust. I know you've protected 1,045 acres in. What are some other initiatives that are coming from the Land Trust? This event obviously is brand new to the organization, but are there other events this summer that you have as well?
Well, our big event is coming up July 20th. It's Gifts from the Sea. It actually is in Cotuit this year at Ropes Field.
Oh, my goodness.
So right around the corner from Lowell Park.
Yep.
We just finished a big project, the Corkage property, 8 acres over in Barnstable Village, which is important part of the Cape Cod Pathways project. And the pathways, this is a link that leaves from the Trazer Museum, the Coast Guard Museum there on 6A, and runs all the way over to the community college. So it's a really, really important a piece of property, a good linkage piece that we acquired.
That's great. Well, I'd love to see new events, and obviously meeting you, Jeff. Like I said, I'd never met a marathon champion in my lifetime, and you've won it twice. And this new endeavor of yours, I really think is needed. There's lots of organizations that can raise money through 5Ks, but the management of those races are really difficult for small 2-3 people organizations.
And we've got another one coming up at Christmas.
Is that the Santa run?
It's a Santa run, but we've teamed up with the Special Olympics for the Hyannis one.
Oh, great!
So, the world record for the number of Santas running in one event is 14,000, and that was in Derry in Ireland, with a population of 60,000 people. So 25% of the town of Derry came out and got dressed up as Santa, and we provide the Santa suits.
Really?
So, we're looking. For the first year, we're hoping that we can encourage everybody on the Cape, families, all generations, to come out, to walk, to jog, to enjoy the Santa run as well, on December the 7th.
On December the 7th. That should be a sight to see.
Yeah.
Santa's running down. That's
That will be in Hyannis.
The Hyannis, the Ocean Street area, is that?
By the Melody Tent.
By the Melody Tent. Excellent. So your event is August 3rd, 9:30 a.m. They can register at sightings.com. And any other information that you want to give people?
Well, if anybody wants to learn more about Lowell Park, they can go to the Barnstable Land Trust website, simple, blt.org.
blt.org, not the sandwich.
Yeah, that's what I was having a hard time with that. I was like, what's a BLT got to do with this?
That's great. Well, it was wonderful to have you, Jeff, as well as you, Jackie, on the show today. This is What's Happening, and I'm Paula Hersey.